I did not know Miss Wanda was going to be here. That was a surprise. But when I saw her, my daughter was to introduce me. But when I saw Wanda in the audience, I wanted her to say something. She has been a family to us for a long time. And once you meet people, once you have a family, you keep them for life. That's how my story started in Nashville as well. My campaign team would not like it if I don't do this speech right. I don't do written speech, I speak from my heart. But I'm supposed to start and end a certain way, so I need to introduce myself to you and say my name is Zulfat Suara, and I'm running for Metro Council at large. My family and I came here from Nigeria, for those of you that don't know us. We came here in '93. My husband was invited here by the US government to do some research. And we came to Nashville in '98 when he came to Vanderbilt for his fellowship. While we were in Nashville and talking about family and talking about having a place in your heart, a lot of people were very good to us in Nashville. Nashville was where my kids got their educational start. They started in MMPS and they moved to Bolivar. Nashville was where I got my first accounting job in the US with KPMG. But more than anything, I made a lot of friends. I guess I like to make friends wherever I go. And I make lifelong friends. So when we were here, we went through some rough times, but Nashville stepped up. Rashid Fakhruddin is hiding somewhere here. Rashid's been a friend for a long time. And when we were going through a tough time, we didn't have a job for about 6 months, Rashid here and Eileen at KPMG rallied people together and raised some money for us. We were not able to pay our rent at the time. But with the help of Rashid, Sabina, and some other people in town, Eileen and the people at KPMG, we were able to make it through that time. I always tell everyone that the reason that I'm running is 3. 1, I want to give back to Nashville. I want to give back to the community that helped me at that time when I was struggling. You know, when you go through a rough time, it's easy for people to be homeless. When you hear about stories on Oprah about people that used to be big CEOs and ended up on the street, my family was almost that story. If we did not have the help that we needed, God knows how this story would have ended. My kids, everybody talk about how wonderful they're doing my job. I would not have that. If that 6 months, those people did not step up. So I'm doing this for Eileen. I'm doing this for Rashid. I'm doing it for everybody that came up and helped me at that time. And I wanted to give back to them. The second reason why I'm running is my faith. We're supposed to serve wherever we are. To whom much is given, much is required. And as a Muslim, you all remember Muhammad Ali's famous saying that our service to mankind is the rent that we paid for our space on this earth. We serve people. That's what we do. We are our brother's keepers. And if we're in a position to do something, we do it. And that's another reason that I'm running. The third reason is because I feel I could do something. For the last year, we've heard the conversation on budgeting. You've all watched all what is happening about the school board. And there's a whole lot going on. And oftentimes we talk about things. I'm not a talker.
Amen.
I believe in getting in there and doing it. Like Ms. Wanda said, when I was in Adams County and we started talking about women's pay, I joined the BPW. I got a proclamation from 10 cities, 10 municipalities to uphold equal pay for women. When I was in Adams County and we were talking about schools and how our children are low in education, I started Junior Achievement. I raised money myself. I recruited volunteers. Everybody said we couldn't do it, but we did. And as president of State BPW, I realized that our voice is better when we speak with one voice. So for the last 6 years, I had about 25 of women organizations to do our joint Women's Day on the Hill. Because as women, we should speak together. I see Sandra here, who is a mentor, who used to be in BPW. I used to follow Sandra around for legislation. And I started thinking, why are we all doing it? We bring our 5, YWCA do their 5, Political Collaborative do their 5. So I approached all of them and said, why don't we do it together? We started with about 3 of us. Today we now have 25 women organizations across the state. And since we've had our president, we're all complaining about what's going on. I spoke at the Women's March for the last 3 years. But we're getting to the point that speaking, we have to just stop talking about
That's right, yes.
And we have to stop waiting for somebody else to do what we can do.
What we can do.
I know I can do this job.
Yes.
And that's why I'm stepping up.
Yes.
And I want to share with you why I think I can do the job. The biggest job for the Metro Council is budget. I'm a CPA by profession.
Yes.
I got my license in 1996. I worked as an auditor for KPMG. And when I was in Adams County, I had 4 county governments as my clients.
That's right.
During that time, there was a city that was about to be taken over by the state, and they asked me to come in as a consultant to help them out. So I've worked with city governments, I've worked with county governments. I know what government accounting is like. It's different from regular, it's not for profit job, it's different. And so I'm not going to learn the job because I come with the credentials.
Hallelujah.
When you're talking about budget, the budget is not just about numbers. It's also our moral document. Yes. When you do a budget that is solely based on numbers, you will miss what is important to the people. When you do a budget that is based on what is good for the people, you're doing it on emotion. And that's not right either. I've been a grassroots organizer. So many of you have seen me at rallies. I've been among the community, and my community is huge. I'm a Muslim, I'm black, I'm a woman, and so I represent all of them.
Yes.
So I bring with me to this job my experience as an organizer. I bring the issues to the table that are important to the people, and I also bring the professional qualification to it. So I've got the numbers, and I've got the issues. So let's go. I want to share with you some of the things that I would like to see happen, my platform. I'm running based on 3 things. The first one is a community-based budgeting. Community-based budgeting is a mechanism that actually asks for input from the people about what they care about. We've had some states doing this. Pittsburgh is not a state, but cities.